Join the private sector energy efficiency movement led by the National Business Initiative by plugging into energy efficiency and stem the tide of rising energy costs.
Fluorescent tubes. So fluorescent tubes are actually low pressure mercury vapor lights, which is something that I'm sure most of you guys didn't know. And yes, some of them run with old electromagnetic ballasts, meaning that the ballast charges up in order to create that spark in the first place. And after it's on, you'll see the light will generally stay on. Sometimes when the arc or the arc generator or the little starter, this little white little plug thing that sits in the light, when that becomes faulty, the light might start to flash or not want to come on initially. It's quite sensitive to switching, meaning that you also don't want to be switching these lights on and off, so typically not ideal for scenarios with sensors. But let me qualify this. If you have a parking lot that the sensors that has a time delay of 20 minutes or half an hour, then I'd say yes, definitely go for it, install the sensor. But if you have a walkway that you're setting your time sensor to only be on for 3 or 5 minutes when you're walking through there, and the light's going to switch 40 times a day, then you'll see these lights not last the expected lifespan. So they're also very popular in offices and retail space, simply because of their very, very good color rendering index. And the efficiency is also relatively high, which was mentioned when we talked about them earlier, sitting at 90 lumens per watt, which is roughly 4 times what your incandescent tube is. Typical power ratings from 18 to 80 watts, with the most common ones being your 5-foot lights, which is about 58 watt, and the 4-foot light, which is about 36 watts each. Lifespan 25,000 hours, which is also not bad for the rest of the lights if you compare that to 1,000 hours for the incandescent lights. So, which means that these are quite popular for areas that you don't have to, that you will need to access, or difficult to access areas.